right, just got out of class. Today was my 2-month mark. Now, understand that I did lose a week for my Social Security card because I had to go find it or schedule to get a new one, and I've lost about a week and a half on having to work, make money, so I can pay my bills. And I'm just barely scraping by on all of that, by the way. Last week I made enough to pay my phone bill and fill up my tank at the high Iranian gas prices. Diesel was $5.85 is what I paid last week, and I put in I think 18 or 19 gallons because I wasn't quite empty, but I wasn't sure how long the prices were going to continue to go up, so I went ahead and filled it up, and the next day the prices dropped significantly. So anyway, I have I'm not going to say perfected, but I've become very good at the straight backs and the offset, where you start on one side and you move the truck to the next lane over within its own footprint, truck and trailer in reverse. So basically backing into the next space over. So they passed me on that today, and this guy I've been competing with in class, the instructor wasn't sure he was ready for to move forward, and I said, dude, the guy's been doing the same as well as me. I mean, he's pretty much got the offset down just like I do. We keep encouraging each other, so I know he's got that. So we both got passed on the back, the straight back and the offset. The next section is the parallel park. So we each did 2 parallel parks in reverse with a semi-tractor trailer and learned how to do that. And it's now 5:50, and so class is over. Class ends at 6 o'clock, so I just walked out of there. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm working tomorrow up in San Rafael for my buddy, and then I'm going to do Saturday and Sunday on Instacart, try to make some money for my own pocket. I was able to renew my Costco membership today on my Instacart adjustment, so I have my Costco membership back, which is a good thing. But the only thing I have now is I need to perfect the parallel parking. Every day I'm still going to come in and do a pre-trip inspection. I'm going to do an air brake test and the in-cab inspection. And it's got the 2 pull tests on the trailer brakes, the main truck, and the service brake test. Then I will get into the truck that I was doing up until today, do a straight back and 1 offset, and then I'll go over to the parallel parking truck, and I'm going to practice the parallel parking truck over and over and over again until I perfect that. And as soon as I feel like I've got that perfected, I'll be moving into the city driving. As soon as I'm driving in the city, look at this asshole. This guy just ran past me. He had miles behind me, and he decided to get in front of me. So he floored it, got in front of me, and then cut across 2 lanes to cut me off. So as soon as I can parallel park the truck, I'll start driving on the street. I have to do 10 hours of driving on the street, so we'll see if they let me do that next week. They might. I don't know yet. But we'll find out. If they let me do the offset, if they let me do the parking on the street next week, I think he just bypassed everybody up there illegally. I think the guy just did an illegal bypass of everybody. He did. He went over the island and bypassed everybody to get ahead of this entire row of cars getting on the highway. Anyway, so those are my last two things. They had 2 passes and 1 fail today at the DMV. The girl that failed passed everything, but she hit a curb when she was turning a corner, a right turn, and that's an automatic fail. So she'll have to come back to class, reschedule for another DMV test, do a little more practice driving, and go back and redo the whole entire thing at the DMV. I don't want to have to go through all that. I want to pass it on the first try like the other 2 people did today. But so I'm practicing the parallel parking, and I'm going to try to get in an hour of driving every day if they'll let me. I have to have 10 hours of driving on the street, upshifting, downshifting, turning left and right without hitting curbs, no speeding, not driving too slow, no running red lights, any of that kind of stuff, of course. Your standard stuff, you have to signal. I always signal. But it looks to me like semi-trucks don't turn off the signal. When you straighten your wheel in a car or in a regular car or truck, the turn signal usually turns itself off. It doesn't sound like that happens in a semi-truck. It sounds like it stays on until you turn it off. We'll find out, because I haven't practiced that yet. But that's what we're down to. We're down to the last 2 items. I have to parallel park and I have to drive around for 10 hours. And I have to, everything that I've learned up until this point, I have to recreate every day. So that's going to be the next step, is recreating that every day. During the pre-trip inspection, during the pre-trip air brake test. According to the guy who did it today, he said the most important thing is knowing how to do your in-cab air brake test and in-cab inspection. That was the most important thing, according to the DMV guy. I don't know how true that is. You might get a different person, but I'm this close. A couple weeks and I'll be ready.